Hi everyone, Corey Thorne, psychic medium, healer, and life coach. I'm stepping in today to do a guided reading for the week of not January, December the 31st, 2018 into the first week of January, following right through until about the 8th, 9th of January. I feel like this energy starts to take a shift or a change. And what really starts to come to life as I'm starting to channel through this morning as I was meditating was actually you coming to life. Is that we are in a moment in a swift, I want to say it's a swift change that is taking place as Mars is now moving into Aries. And for all of you Aries out there like myself, be prepared for a big bang. It's almost as if you have been sitting in the watery emotional times of Pisces for a whole month, but we have been sitting out of our ruling planet for a year, over a year. So it's like, thank God we're finally returning. Thank God we're finally getting back in. And that also really comes into play for all of my fire signs, and also that even the water signs kind of start to find some balance as well. For all of the signs, it just seems like there is some balance, but there is some turbulence coming. There's some turbulence coming for some of the others. I really feel as if probably like my earthy type of my earth type of my earth type of zodiacs are really having to be uprooted. Like you're gonna have to kind of, you've been sitting comfortable for a period of time, but you're gonna have to be uprooted to make some changes. Like there's some business changes you're gonna make, or some relationships changes you're gonna make. Just kind of know that the changes that are coming are not bad changes, they're actually great changes. So by making those changes, by allowing yourself to kind of let go of the control that you love to have, those controls. And that's a lot of a lot of the people out there, a lot of the collective, is that we are in control, and we are not in control. Of course, we're in control of certain things. We're just not in control of how kind of life plays itself out. So what you're finding, what we're seeing, is that as Mars is now really into that shift, and by, I think it's 9/19 or something tonight is when it's when it fully lands itself back into Aries. And I am not an astrologer, so I don't know everything about the astrological signs and about your signs, but what I channel through and what comes is what the messages that I'm receiving and getting. And I feel as if there is a time now that we're shifting back into childlike. It is time to look at the world. We've been so serious. This past year has been freaking serious. We've all been so serious. Life has been serious. We've been dealt a lot of hard blows. And I've talked about this several times, about how we've had good and bad energy. Like it's been so up and down all year. But now it's like, let's shift from being so serious. Let's make life fun again. Let's bring the life back in. Let's breathe again. Because when we're breathing, when we truly are breathing, I don't mean just taking that breath that just hits like this part of you, or, the breath that goes all the way down and reconnects all the way to source, up into the creator, into the universe, into the cosmos, that we start to breathe life, that we know that we are not living in ego to believe that we are the most important things ever as a human, or that our needs being met the way that we think they should be met is the most important thing. That we have to start looking like a child. A child believes in dreams. A child believes there's more to life. A child has this breath that just really has enthusiasm to it, and life and joy to it. And we as humans, as parents, we start to kind of squish it out and tell them things are not possible and things are not real. And it's like, you can't believe in that. That's bull. You can't, don't believe that, or don't do this, or don't do that. And we have to take that back, and we have to go, you know what? Let's try it. Let's explore it. Let's go to this next level. Let's try something new. If you've been thinking about changing your hair color, it's the time to do it. If you've been thinking about changing, even more extreme, like you've been thinking about changing your relationship, and you're done in an old relationship, and you're done being told what to do, and you're done being bossed around, just say, fuck it, I'm done. I'm done, I'm done, I'm done. You're about to move on. You're about to move into something that's new. And by allowing all of this to slip away, you're allowing in what's new. And this is new businesses as well. And I'm one of those who's launching a whole new or extending onto my new business this year. And I have been holding back for months. This is supposed to be launched. Last January was supposed to be part of it, was supposed to be launched. And then all the way through this year, I have been fighting myself, not challenging myself. I've been fighting with myself about my worth and about being number one in my world and putting myself first. And am I worthy of this? How many more people have been doing that? How many more have been doing that with your life or with your decisions, or even making a choice of what you're going to purchase and what you're going to buy? We're still in the last few days of not taking too many jumps, and this making, these unrealistic resolutions that, and understanding what resolutions really mean, right? We're going to revisit something that you've done before. And if it's okay to revisit something if you're truly going to make a change. We are going to be going into a place of Aquarius around the 20th of January, around there. And so we're moving into a Capricorn energy right now. And Capricorns are very structured and they make shit happen and they're good go-getters. So you start out with good momentum. And if you're going, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to go on a diet, I'm going to do this. Are all of those things that you can maintain? Are those things that you're going to make continue to happen for your life? If it's not, there's too much information coming too quickly. If it's not something that you know in your heart you can't maintain, look at why you can't maintain it. Is it because you're not feeling worthy, or because you're trying to do it to surface heal? If you're trying to surface heal, this is not going to work. As we move into Aquarius, as we start to make another shift happening closer to the end of January, you're being kind of called out. You're being called out on your bluffs. You're being called out on those half-assed decisions that you're making, saying, okay, are you ready now to get serious? Are you ready now to finally make you a number one, to make yourself a priority? Are you ready to do this? And if you're not, it's like you're going to have to go back and rewrite your soul contracts. You're going to have to go back and revisit again of, okay, what am I not doing for me? What is in my heart center? What am I still not believing? Or what false story am I still telling of my life that I've been continually telling over and over? And we still have time to release and let that go and say, okay, I'm done. Now I'm done. Now I want to move into taking responsibility for my own life, taking responsibility for my shit. I know how important my body is. I know how important my mind, spirit, and how it all works together. I know all of that. So if I know it, why am I going back and behave like the bad child, the rebellious child? It's like we're rebellion, but who are you rebelling? Who are you being rebellious against? Are you being rebellious against yourself? Are you being rebellious against the world? Who is it? Because the only person who's being hurt and suffering is you. Because the people that contributed to all of that story prior, no matter how far back, they're no longer even caring that you're rebellion, that you're being the rebellious child. They're like, what the hell? What is wrong with that person? Or they're dead, or they're gone. They're not really dead, and we never really die. We leave our human body, but they're not really caring that you are giving up your life and sacrificing your life to hold on to old, to not to not be in a forgiving place, or to not be able to treat yourself as if you're worthy. And you're continuing to give them the power and the energy over you without them even knowing. And it's not worth it. It's not worth what you have been doing to yourself. Time to claim you back. And by saying you're number one, and I don't mean that in an ego base that you got to think you're better than anyone else, but you damn well better believe that you are worthy of the same life that everyone else is worthy. And that this is your time to rewrite those soul contracts. What do you want to see show up in your life? And this is non-negotiable. This is about being non-negotiable about your life. How important are you? How important is everything that you want to bring into your life? And we're not here to be so freaking serious about that. We're here to enjoy it, and we're here to laugh at ourselves and to make light of it and to have fun with it. Does shit happen? Of course shit happens. Are you going to be sad? Of course you're going to be sad. Of course we're going to have down times. But we are here to live life to the fullest. And whatever it takes, whatever makes you happy, whatever is here to please you, you are here now to explore it. And this even goes into, I'm going to go there, this even goes into the sexuality. This goes into sexuality. And I've been drawn to really listen to some of my big idols of the years. And they're women who really own their power, own their sexuality, and they played it to the fullest and they used it to their advantage. Why not? Why wouldn't you use who you are as a strong goddess or as a strong god to help you grow? Why shouldn't you love how you look? Why shouldn't you love that you're beautiful? Why do we have to live in a society where if you believe that, or if you're confident in that, then there's something wrong, or that isn't being very heavenly? You know, the most beautiful people in the world are the beautiful angels. It's about, once you find a full completeness that comes mind, body, and soul, everything about you becomes beautiful. It's not about a size. It's not about a shape. It's not about color. It's not about anything. We are all the beautiful creatures, the beautiful creations of God consciousness. And we were beautifully placed here to live beautiful lives. We were not put here to suffer the way that we keep trying to struggle through. And this is when we wear our face of shame. And when we wear our face of shame because we think we sexually stepped out and we probably slept with more people than we should have, or we did something wrong, or you did. Really? That's human trapping you in energy. And you need to step away from that and know that if whatever you did at 20 has no bearing on who you are today. None. You just gained a whole lot of knowledge. So everything that you are in your feminine, in your masculine, wear it well this year. Aries are, when we're in an Aries energy, Aries is very sexual, strong, confident. Capricorn can be very strong, confident. All of the fire signs have Leo, Sagittarius. They all have that strong confidence. When you step into your flame, when you light that flame in your heart, when you light that flame in who you are, and truly allow that to come to life, watch and see the sparkle and the shine, and how your aura changes, and how people are drawn to you. And they're not drawn to you to take something from you. They're drawn to you to be in your energy. They're drawn to you to have some sort of life experience with you. And you have a choice to use this in the light or to use this in the dark. And if you're going to use it in the shadow of yourself and use your beauty in the shadow of yourself, you're not using it in the light. You're not using it in the right light. If you're using it to take advantage of someone, or to hurt somebody, or harm somebody, or to steal something, whatever it may be, that's not the healthy light. The healthy light is that you allow your beautiful light to draw in the people that are needing to see the light within themselves. And the more we use that, the more that we make it acceptable for people who do not believe for 1 second that they are not entitled or worthy of being awakened, or to walk in the light, or to even so much as speak of the belief in God and Jesus, Mother Mary, angels, that they don't feel like they're worthy and deserving of that. You bring that to light. We be that light. And we also be that light now that starts to come together as a collective, and we join together in one big circle to bring about the times that are about healing and about growth without anger. And the more beautiful you live, and the more beautiful you live in your light, the less that you're living in the place of anger and fear. And trust me, I have been there myself this year. I have lost myself a few times, and as everyone who's been following knows, that I have lost about 120 pounds over the past year and a half of my life. No, probably 2 years of my life in total. And over the summer, I worked really hard to kind of, I guess, self-sabotage that in a way of not feeling worthy. And it took a lot of healing. It took going really deep into my whole core center to say, what was I still holding on to? And it was that I did not feel worthy. I was not worthy of success. It's like my fear was not of failure. My fear was of success. Because if you stand out, what happens? And when I still was carrying that fear, and that's when the attacks started to come in, it's like, no, done, not going there. We are all worthy. We are all worthy of the beautiful life and to live in the beautiful light that is here. And it's not about losing the weight. It's about learning to be confident in who you are. I stepped out into the public when I was at my absolute biggest. I started doing this work when I was at probably the largest of my life. I didn't wait to perfect life. I didn't wait until I had it to a certain point. And I was somewhere where it was pointed out that why was I there if I didn't look very healthy? Why was I why was I invited to take part in this when I wasn't looking very healthy? It's because inside I was probably at that point at one of the healthiest that I've ever been, to step up and say that I was going to walk in my light and to walk into, proclaiming my life as being of service and to be here to be help people and to also step into the spiritual life and to say, you know what? My love of God consciousness, my love of God, my love of Jesus, my love of the angels, my love of that is what gets me through, and that is my strength. That's what you have to not be afraid of this year. Not be afraid to speak your truth. Allow 2019 is about speaking your truth, and you're probably finding a lot of people are finding their throats are itchy, or you're having a lot of throat problems, and you're having a lot of like anxiety stuff. It's because right here, you're guarded. What are you guarding? What kind of wall have you been wearing for a long period of time that you're now ready to let go, release, and say, I am not this person. This is who I am. I'm going to walk in this light. I'm going to stand tall. And the humans can try to take away as much as they possibly want, just as I'm one of those who lost my federal treaty card because of an ego-based Aboriginal bands in Newfoundland and being very ego-based. I'm working as a healer. I am living my ancestral truth, and humans decide that I am not worthy of that. That I had to heal through. That I had to go through. Whatever it is, stand tall in your truth. Not one human can take away your belief system of what you know you are and who you know you are. And this is the year, coming into this energy, making this shift. This is the year to stand tall, stand on your soapbox and proclaim your truth of yours, that you are going to stand in your light and you're going to hold on to your integrity and to not sell yourself short for anyone. And no matter what sign you are, you might just have to work a little bit harder depending on what your astrological sign is. But it's not that it's not there. But some signs are going to have to face it. And I feel like, if you're in the air, you're going to be blowing through a little bit of a storm. There's going to be a little bit of a storm blowing through, but it's not a storm that's going to be untamable or something that you can't. It's just releasing you from what hasn't been serving you. And I'm using my Mystical Shaman Oracle card deck from Call It Baron Reed, which is an absolutely beautiful deck if you've never seen it. And this is not from the book, so this is what comes to light for me through the cards, not what Colette has written in the book, which is absolutely amazing as well. This is what has been channeling through for me. And I had 3 cards. I have 3 cards that I just wanted to pull. It just went boom, boom, boom. They wouldn't even let me stop. I had to get the 3. And the 3 is the crow. And if you see in the crow, you're going to see at the very throat that swirl. To us in the Reiki master, in our Reiki training, this pretty much looks like a chakra, and this is chakra to us is our power and how powerful your voice is. And that you're going to be receiving some very powerful messages. It's up to you if you're going to open yourself up to hear them, to listen to them, and to make a choice to make a change. Or to make a choice to just say, you know what, I'm comfortable in who I am. And I've always been comfortable. I'm done changing. I'm done trying to change myself for other people. I have a beautiful voice. I have a beautiful heart. I don't have to change that. And if you're someone who's really soft and gentle and kind, why do you have to become harsh and hard? Don't try to become harsh and hard to fit into a world that the human collective has tried to make harsh and hard, and now we're trying to return it to soft and gentle. Be your true essence. Be that. And the messengers will come in the most unexpected way for you. You're going to see people show up in your life that you probably haven't seen in years. You're going to see a return. Some of you is going to see a return of someone you even loved, someone you even had a crush on or something like that. That's coming back, and you're going to be kind of tested a little bit there, because why is that person returning? Why are you hearing from that person now? Is it because there's a message? Is it a blessing or a lesson, right? Is it a blessing or is it a lesson that you need to learn? So is it someone that's returning that you want back in your life or you need back in your life? Or is it a lesson to say, you know what, I've already walked that path. I'm not going there. I've already been there. And then the next card that came out was the Heart of the Sky. And for me, this really, truly is feeling like it still comes through the heart and the throat. It's what's coming to light, and that you are the same. You have the same purpose, the same value as, you know, the stars, the universe, the cosmos. And now it's time that the cosmos don't lie. The universe doesn't lie to us. We lie to ourselves. It's time to look up instead of look down. So we've been working in the root system. We've been working in our ancestral healing for a long time. But there's so much of the old stories that don't resonate to us right now. And as I keep saying, we're not here to go backwards. We're not here to go back to just living in the old days or living the old days ways. We're here to move forward. We're here to progress. So what's up here for us to look at? What is up here that we're going to use in modern day medicine? What's up here that we're going to use? What's up here that we're going to use in governments and in hospitals? And everything that we do is about to have more of a spiritual base again. It's like we have taken away anything that's been a spiritual linked, but we're returning to the cosmos. We're returning to the universal look at what if there's something bigger? What's beyond that black hole, right? What's in that third, fourth, fifth dimensional thinking, and allowing ourselves to go there so that we start looking at the lies that we have been telling to ourselves, and we start to tell ourselves the truth that's beyond the veil. And then the final card that came out was the Beloved. And that even if you have been told that you were not loved, or you truly told yourself the story that you were the unloved child, you spent your whole life not being loved, no one has ever loved you, another lie. Because the love that always has been there and has never left us is the true essence of God conscious love. And we're always surrounded that love. And now you're being invited to have faith in you and love you beyond anything. And to put you as a priority, and to put you as being first, almost as if you could tattoo a big heart right here, and you're going to exude it like Care Bears. You know how the Care Bear has that heart and it just like zooms it out? Well, that's the kind of energy that is being exuded out now, is that we're exuding out love. And you are one of the beloved. And every one of us is chosen. What we're chosen for, we don't always know. And whatever your purpose is, it might not seem like massive big, but even the littlest person out there, the littlest purpose out there is contributing to the big purpose. So if you're someone who truly has been told your whole life, you know, you did nothing with your life, you didn't go to school, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, but you are someone who's working your butt off to help clean or help do whatever, and you've been told, and you're someone who keeps being told, oh, you didn't do enough with your life, you didn't do enough with your life. That's bull. Whatever you're doing, as long as you're doing it the best that you can, and you are happy and content in who you are contributing, and you are living life to the purpose that you're supposed to be living right at this moment. Because if these little things weren't taken care of, the big things don't get done. If we don't work on building the foundation and putting up the walls and building all of the parts that put together a castle and a house, how does a house get built for those people to live inside of it? And so you have to appreciate all of the little things that you do, or all of the little things that the whole world does, and all of the little things that are surrounding us that we don't know are actually such big things. And we are all a big purpose, and you've already been living your big purpose here up on earth. And now it's just time to go inward and say, what do I want for me? Live your life for you. Live from your heart centered, but live it with enthusiasm. Whatever you're doing, if you're not whistling going to work, if you're not whistling going through your relationship, if you're not whistling through life, you're not living your life to your full potential. You're not living your life the way you want to live your life. There's something that's not working, and it's okay to revisit to find out what's not working. So the shift that's happening is for us to start revisiting some of that stuff, but also knowing that we don't have to jump into making these drastic changes, that we still have until the end of the month before all this is going to start taking place fully. And we're not here to be grounded right now. We're here to fly a little bit high. It's okay to fly a little bit high. And I feel like there's a lot of fun to be happening tonight. But you also have to remember, when the energy shifts into an Aries like this, and because it's so much explosive energy so quickly, is that it can also trigger angers and frustration, because you want everything right now, and you want everything to happen, and you want people to see things your way, and you want. So then you get angry and frustrated if things are not. So it's very important to practice patience. Be very patient. So be careful of your words. Choose your words wisely. Make your thoughts and your words match. Put it out there in a beautiful light. And be very careful. Be very careful of someone else's projection of anger, that you do not engage in it, because it is not a truth. It is a quick moment, and you might get involved in a piss and match that you don't want to get involved in. That's not worth it and does not align to you. So don't go there. Avoid it. And the big part of moving forward now is about forgiveness. And these are the Doreen Virtue Mother Mary cards. And when we come through this time of forgiveness, now it's a time that you forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for not always honoring the love that's always been there, and by not honoring your whole self, by not honoring your spirit, by believing that you were alone. Forgive yourself for not always making yourself a priority. Whatever it is, we didn't know. We did what we don't know, what we didn't know before. You can't keep beating yourself up for the things that you were unaware of. You did the best that you could do with the knowledge that you had. And so now you've gained more knowledge and you've learned more. So now you're ready to move into something new. And the other two cards that came out, which I have been constantly talking about this whole way through, and makes me chuckle, and I look over because my best friend's sitting on the floor over there with the dogs, is enthusiasm, which is exactly what I said. Living life right now with enthusiasm. Mother Mary is transforming us. We're being gifted transformation. And whether this is a year of love, marriage, children, babies, like we're going to see a lot of babies coming this year. And there's a lot of love relationships. So you might be attending a lot of weddings. And my daughter's getting married this year. Whatever I am most passionate about is the direction I flow. Exactly as I said, bring back your childlike awe of the world. Live in the enthusiasm that you had. Your dreams may have changed. You may have changed. But the passion that you had for the awe of being a child is what comes back to life, and live it from that place. And the last card that came out was God. That we are being drawn back through this breath, that we need to take that breath that goes all the way down, so that when we breathe out, it goes all the way up, so that we are not realigned, because we've never been disconnected, that we are truly starting to believe in our alignment with the world that's beyond this little round ball of a world we live in, and back into the universe and into the cosmos, and seeing beyond, that we are surrendering our old ways. We're surrendering the need to be in control. And as the card says, I step out of the way and surrender any need for control in order to make room for God's healing love to flow through me in this situation. You are stepping aside. We're moving out. We're getting out of our own damn way, because we've been stepping over our feet. We've been crumbling, falling long enough. time to surrender to what you cannot change, or surrender to allowing yourself to be your beautiful self instead of stop trying to change yourself to fit into a world that you probably just will never belong in. And being out of that box, be yourself and let all that go and allow the healing to take place that's taking place. And healing don't always have to be serious. Let your healing flow. Let your love flow, and let yourself live life as enthusiastic and happy and joyful as you possibly can in this beautiful energy that's about to take place. Have a wonderful, wonderful New Year's Eve. Whatever you're doing, have fun, stay safe, be good as you can. Don't be good. Go out and have a blast, have fun, whatever it may be, but love those that are around you and love life. Have a wonderful, happy New Year's, and I will see you all very soon. Thank you. Love you all. Mwah. Bye-bye.